Welcome back to the Midday set. Mikkie Nettles is joining us from Kamloops Fit Center as she puts out her groceries here. I'm sure she's going to tell us what this is all about. Welcome to the show, Mikkie.
Thank you.
How are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm doing really well. Okay, so you brought in all of this stuff.
I brought all this stuff.
Okay, so tell us what's going on.
So it's about soy. There's so much confusion around soy these days. Is it good? Is it bad? Is it, you know,
okay, so first off, is it good?
There's lots of good benefits to soy for obesity, diabetes, all those, lots of proven stuff about soy and how it's, and the benefits of it.
Okay.
There's lots of things on the other side of it too, where we'll hear about those, you've heard of antioxidants. Well, there's things called anti-nutrients, okay? So soy can contain a lot of these anti-nutrients, phytates, and they bind and they don't allow us to absorb zinc. There's lectins, and that's that leaky gut syndrome. It affects the inner lining of your stomach.
It all sounds bad.
Saponins, oxalates, all these different things, okay? But there's lots of things, isoflavones, you've heard of isoflavones and phytonutrients and all these different wonderful things, right? So these are what they contain. They contain this. So what you're gonna look for is when you're looking at a soy product, because it's very confusing, now, a billion days of Asians can't be wrong, right? And they all eat it, right? But a lot of times they use it more as a condiment, not like we do as a main meal. We bring it to the Western world and we think, okay, we got to have lots of it and let's do it, right? So the problem with soy in the Western world is the soil. A lot of it's the soil. So there's lots of aluminum in the soil. Okay, so that can be ingested into the plant. So tea, for example, green tea is better than regular tea because the green tea leaves are picked young, so they can't absorb that aluminum. Aluminum is abundant in the soil, in our Earth's crust, very abundant material in our Earth's crust. Okay. So what happens is when we start breaking down soy and we start playing with it, and we start processing it, we got soy isolates and we got protein, you know, all these kind of things. Which a couple of these have in the middle, so they have some good and some bad, or actually bad, but that increases the aluminum in it. So there's a lot of talk about baby formula. Be careful with soy baby concentrates, because that concentrate, anytime that's concentrated, you're going to have those higher aluminum effects.
Okay, well that makes sense.
Yeah.
So a little bit then is what you should be thinking.
So like anything, if we leave it in its whole state, like I always say, it's better. But the plant itself is poisonous. So I love how in the world people figure things out. So the Chinese way back when figured out how to ferment things. So fermented soybeans is very beneficial. Fermentation brings out all those good things I was talking about, right? And so not the other things, whereas they have to do it in vats and bring out the protein or the isolates, and then it brings out the bad aluminum, okay? So we want to ferment them and bring out the good things. So all
those are the products.
So these are some of these products. So this is not a fermentation. This is, so soy milk's a big one. People ask about soy milk. Look for, no matter what you do, non-GMO. Non-GMO, very important. You want non-GMO, organic is the best, because then you're gonna, it's less likely to have the pesticides and herbicides, and that's huge for soy plants, okay? And a lot of it's that Roundup, so we wanna avoid that. Fermented, miso, we got natto, temp, you can, and bean paste. So these are all fermented. Those are good. Soy sauce, a good soy sauce. I like this brand because it's a whole brand. It's an amino acid, basically, okay? So tofu, again, organic tofu, okay? It's whole soybeans. You're looking for whole soybeans. I love soy silk, and I had to look at the ingredients.
Is it good or bad? Because you want to look.
It is good. It's got the soybeans, so it just says soybeans. So if you know you're coming from just soybeans,
that's the good thing.
That's the good thing. You want whole soybeans, okay? So non-GMO, whole soybeans, fermented is the best. Okay, then we have these ones which have some of the isolates and they have some of the whole soybeans.
So stick away from some
So
of
be
that.
Careful some of these things, because you're going to up that aluminum effect and exoestrogen. So I have to talk a little bit about estrogens, because estrogen is a big part of this. So these estrogens are found in soy. They mimic our actual estrogen, but they're lighter. They're not as strong as an effect. So that's why through menopause, a lot of times they'll have like a estrogen cream or something like that, or say soy products, because it can up the estrogen, right? It kind of takes the place of the natural estrogen, but if we're not producing it, it can help it. So there's some benefits. Now we have exoestrogens, what I'm calling exoestrogens. Some are found in this, some are found in this. You'll see I have BPA-free. BPA-free. Exoestrogens are very bad. Oh, my cosmetics, I forgot to put those out. Cosmetics, certain cosmetics.
We're gonna have to put you back, Mikkie, because we're running out of time. There's so much stuff.
Yeah, there's so much stuff. But anyways, whole soybeans, stay away from BPA-free, look for whole and organic, non-GMO.
That's good. That's a great way to sum it up. Perfect. All right. Thank you, Mikkie. Mikkie Nettles from Kamloops Fit Center. We're going to be back in just a moment on Midday.